Hey, everybody, how's it going? This is Randy. Thanks for joining us. I've got Hey Vic, how are you doing? We've got we got a few people on. Here's Rich. Hey man, good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, this morning, hopefully we're having a little bit of tech. I don't know if we are. I got Holly. We can see Holly, but we cannot. Oh, she can hear us now. Okay, good. All right. Well, I'm going to unmute Holly now that we got our tech rolling. I will get Holly on board with us. They're locking all kinds of stuff off here. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Here we are. How's this?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's weird when it does the transition, it just cuts your audio out, but I can hear you fine now.
All right, good, good. All right, so we got a few people joining us here today. Hey, Terry, good to see you, man. Happy birthday, by the way. I think it was Terry's
Yesterday,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Was it yesterday or the day
Yesterday.
before? But I know
Sunday?
he's been he does like what my daughter does. By the way, Terry, my daughter is 15. She thinks that like if it's her birthday, it's her birthday is in September. She thinks like the whole month is like all about Rory. It's like, yeah, it's my birthday, it's my birthday month. Everything is about me this month. So Terry, we can make you June Terry birthday month as well. So that's good. All right. So anyway, happy birthday, Terry. Holly, good to see you from Rich. Good deal.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's
All
up,
the way.
Rich, man? It's a good day today.
It is a good day. How you doing? Hey, I don't know. I know you posted something out there, but you bought a new cabin. I understand, right?
Yeah, so we've had a we've had this retreat for 8 years. And last year the floor sort of started sinking, so it has slide outs and it kind of happens. But this year is pretty bad, and then we found out we have a plumbing issue. So we went over last weekend and bought a new park model. We get it the week after July 4th. So excited about it. So excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging that. Yeah, I think in your post you said, "Hey, we get it in 3 weeks," and I think I commented like, "Great, I'll be there in 4." So
Yeah. Yeah, man. Come up. It has a loft now, so it has like a 2-bedroom loft kind of, so you can yeah, we can sleep. I mean, like we could sleep 8 in there easily now.
yeah, I showed that to my wife. I'm like, "Oh, look, Holly got a new cabin out there," and she's like,
Yeah.
"That looks nicer than any cabin I've ever stayed in."
Yeah, dude, it's basically like yeah, it's basically a home on wheels, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, it has a fireplace,
yeah.
it has everything, so.
Yeah, it looks nice. Well, congrats, man. That's awesome. Let's see. Hey, welcome to Hot Off the Press. So, kind of trying to get this thing kind of launched off. We had you scheduled actually a couple of weeks ago or whatever. And then I can't remember. You had something that was scheduled that you'd completely had forgot about. And so,
Yeah.
which was all right. We had Jesper in. Actually, it was the week right after. Oh my gosh. It
Yeah,
was
it was the
right when
Tuesday after we landed.
yes, it was that day, and I was dragging anyway, so we for you folks, Holly and I were out at, hey, James. Holly and I were out at,
Denmark.
Denmark and Aalborg. Aalborg. You have to say it like Arnold. Out in Aalborg, Denmark, with Jesper Nissen and at his Yaks conference, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, so it was all kind of good. Hey, and look, there's Eddie Lee and Eddie was with us as well out there in Denmark. So good to see you, Eddie. Yeah, very fun. Now we've got a couple of Yaks alums, so I guess I'm going to put you on the spot here, Holly. What
Okay.
coming away from the Yaks conference? What was like, whether the coolest or best, or something that you walked away from out of that conference?
Um, Man, I mean, everything was so good. I don't even so I think my favorite presentation, because it's the first time I've ever seen him live. And really, I think probably ever actually speak was Roman Alexander Wellington.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really enjoyed his because it was very technical, which I really like technical presentations. Um, but more so because you could do a lot of spamming with his linking system with the tokens and stuff like that with Yaks. So
Hmm.
actually, since the conference, we have had 5 follow-up calls with Roman, me and Carolyn have,
Oh, really?
to talk more about the Yaks clouds with him. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm not joking you, one call was 7 hours.
Well, wasn't it
Seriously.
one of the nights you guys went up and you thought you were
Yeah.
just gonna chat, and then all of a sudden you guys were up like all night long, I think, or something
Yeah, we
like
went up
that,
at
right?
like 10 o'clock and we're like, let's have an hour, power hour, as we would used to say. And all of a sudden I looked down and it was like 5 a.m. I was like, no, we haven't been sitting here for 7 hours. Yeah. And went down, we took a nap and we got up at like 8.
Yeah, and I was I think it was Craig Ramsey and I and, that other crazy, British guy, the guy from the UK, or where I'm thinking he's from the UK, but, he might have been from Scotland too. You know, those Scot people are crazies.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know the big guy that I'm talking about? He kinda had a man bun and, uh,
Um,
I
wasn't
can't
Ethan? No,
remember
his name wasn't Ethan.
I can't
Was it
remember his
Ethan?
name. Maybe it was Ethan, something like Andy. Oh, thank you.
Oh, it was
Eddie
Andy.
says Andy. Yes,
Yeah.
Eddie says yeah, so we were all down in the bar waiting for you, and I think,
Yeah.
Robert Donnelly was there. Donald was there as well, so we were waiting for you and all you guys to show up, and you never did. I'm like, I'm after a while, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dude, I am, like, tired," and yeah, and
Yeah.
then
I mean, I normally when I go to
that was a
conferences,
good
like
night.
I hang out in the conference room for a while and then I'm like, yeah, I miss my computer. I don't like a lot talking to a lot of different people. So I normally just go up. I don't like to have dinners and stuff like that. I just do my own thing. Dude, we were with the whole group from 8 in the morning till like 10 o'clock at night. And then at least 2 nights I pulled 2 all-nighters. Like, I've never done that before. There was so much
Oh,
information of just
yeah,
sitting around and talking that it was like you didn't wanna go to bed. You just wanted to keep hearing
yeah.
more information. It was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it was no, it was yeah, well, good for you. I'm glad that you had fun, holed up in your room. We had fun down in the bar as well. Vic, Yax is, Jesper Nissen's, cloud stacking software. It's called and Yax stands for Yet Another Cloud Stacking Software. I threw the link up in the chat. You can see it right there. Um, great, little piece of software that Jesper has put together. Really, creates some pretty powerful stuff. And what we were talking about and what Holly mentioned about Roman's presentation, just some of the unbelievable stuff that Roman is doing with Yax and the way that he's building out cloud stacks and getting some pretty impressive results with it as well. But yeah, it's a great piece of software. It's a great conference. And similar, I had not met Roman before. Really, I've been on some chats or something with him, but so it was kind of great talking with him and getting a chance to meet him.
Yeah.
So
It was probably one of the best conferences that excuse me, one of the best conferences information-wise for me that I've ever been to,
yeah,
by far.
good.
By far. Yeah. It was really good.
Good, good. So I'm going to ask you what you've been up to since, but I also don't want. Well, I'll open it up to that, but I do have a specific question I want to ask you because I know we were digging around and we were I will say I'll include myself, but it really was you. We're playing around with something while we were at Yaks. And I don't know if you want to talk about that at all. That's why I kind of left it as an open-ended. What are you up to?
Yeah, so actually I've been messing around a lot of stuff with AI.
Now
So
you're
I
gonna go into the AI, or I was thinking of the other thing that you were building some doing some downloads. Let me throw it. I'll use
Yeah, but
that
it
as the
still
point.
has to do with AI.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry to step on your toes there. You just dig right in, girlfriend.
Well, I mean, it has to do with AI because I'm building AI podcasts. So basically, I'm
Okay.
cloning
Ah,
people's
there you go.
voices, like Randy
Yes.
and
Yes.
Holly, and then I make us have a different type of a podcast where we might be talking about something with SEO or talking about something with Denmark or how the Packers and the Bears are playing this year, whatever. Um, so we're just different. I'm kind of pivoting to doing that type of thing versus maybe doing so much website work because we can do so much with AI. And one of the things that we were talking about there was for podcast, it's all about traffic and about downloads and how to get it on Chartable and how to get legitimate downloads. Um, and basically, um, we used one of Randy's I don't know if we want to call him outsourcer or use one of his people that
Sure.
he does GSA for, and we found a little trick in the podcast format, and then we just like slam links to this special URL, and literally from June 1st, so I did it 5 days, June 1st to June 5th, we had just under 70,000 legitimate downloads to a podcast, and it wasn't just one podcast. Like I did it on
Right.
every
Right.
single one of them. So there's 9 podcasts. So in 9 days I got 70,000 downloads. And it was just using GSA.
Yeah.
And I
So
wouldn't have known about it if I wasn't in Denmark.
yes, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. So actually, uh, so you just kind of like open up a whole, uh, like wow. So I got Vic is over here throwing a question up, like, are you cloning voices with 11 Labs? So how about let's back this up a second. So you talked about using AI to do podcasts and stuff, and not that you have to kind of oh. Holly has some guests at her house.
Holly's guest dogs always make an appearance. So yeah, you're gonna interview me, you're gonna get them onto a podcast. So
That is funny. So, Holly, I don't know, you don't have to unload the full secret, whatever you're comfortable with, obviously, but can you maybe just walk, even in a broad sense, kind of what you do when you're creating the podcast, your AI podcast?
yeah, so it's pretty, I mean, honestly, it's pretty simple. You go to 11 Labs, you find very clean audio. So obviously with mine, my dogs bark, so good luck finding ones of me. But you find very clean audio off YouTube, and then you can just download the episode, cut out a minute and a half, upload it to 11 Labs. Sorry, 11 Labs, and it'll kick out the clone, right?
Hmm.
Once you do that, then you can go to the AI playground. It says, I'm
Is
just
that
gonna
the
leave it.
dog in and dog out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it open. You can do the AI playground, and then Chat GPT on the playground side of it will spit out your podcast, the outer link or the inner, like host names, the contents, the keywords you want to target, your callers. It'll kick out the entire podcast for you, and then you just go to back to 11 Labs and copy paste in the content, export it out, mush it together in something like Camtasia, and then you just upload it to BuzzFeed, Buzzsprout. Sorry, Buzzsprout.
Buzzsprout. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like, there's no. That's it. It sounds really hard, right? It takes me probably 20 minutes to a half an hour to start from beginning to end. So Instead of having to, wait for people to get onto a actual podcast, you can just do it this way.
Right.
And you can control what people say. It's a lot of fun, actually. If you want,
Yeah.
like if you want Randy to say something like, "Oh, he only buys his links from Holly Starks," I can make you say that. So yeah.
No, Victoria, you're asking Buzz Robe. No, it's called Buzz Sprout, which is a podcast hosting platform. There's all kinds of them out there. I like Buzzsprout. I think they're easy distribution and to create. They will distribute everything fabulously for you, and you can create your connectors with Amazon or Apple or iHeart or Spotify, all of it.
Yeah. There
Everything.
is.
But there are other ones that are out there. Libsyn is another one. What is there's another one that I think that Spotify now owns, but was independent. God, I can't remember what it is. I know Craig likes to use it. He uses that platform for
It's like Anchor FM is one.
Anchor. That's
is
it. Yeah,
one.
Anchor FM is one, which I think is owned by Spotify. But
yeah.
But I like Buzzsprout, and I think because Holly has come across something that is specific to the Buzzsprout platform that helps drive.
Yeah, I actually tried the trick on Libsyn and I tried on Anchor, and it doesn't react the same way. So you need to have it on Buzzsprout if you're going to do the trick.
Yeah. And when do Randy links come into place?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun. And so you just kind of create all kinds of fun shows then with your AI podcasting. And so ultimately, though, if somebody wanted to boost their visibility, their downloads of their podcast, they can come out to you and say, "Hey, Holly, can you help me? Can you give a little love my way?" And I think I'm going to share this. I think you actually have this as a service, even, don't you, on your Holly Stark store? Isn't this it right here? Yes or no?
The podcast awareness.
Here, I'll click it. I'll expand it.
Yeah, you have to click on it. Yeah, that's there's two of them. So one of them will just do the downloads, and the other one will actually create the podcast for you.
Yeah. Is this one? Podcast brand awareness?
Yeah. So basically we'll create the podcast for you for your brand, and then we give you 60 episodes, and that it lasts so that price is for 6 months basically. So every 6 months, if you want more episodes, then you would just buy it again.
Yeah.
And then we do all the linking for you.
Yeah. So I think it's super cool what you're doing with the podcast. And I have to be honest with you. I think now I've had this conversation with a lot of different people about this, but in the world of AI and generative search, and Google SGE and everything, I think that now we'll say original content, but original branded content, I think, is going to be kind of the piece that sets you apart, and that will essentially push your brand further up in any of these kind of AI generative searches. So even if your content is created by AI, but I think any of this content that's YouTube videos or any kind of video podcast where you're actually throwing voice, I think is going to be critical, because even at that, who knows at this point, but I highly doubt that any of the search engines are going to be able to detect that you are creating a podcast with AI generated tools.
I don't think so, because
it's just going to show up as being
straight
recorded.
From AI.
Yeah.
You have to do a little bit of grammar fixing, but not very much, right?
Right.
And we've been doing it for a couple of different companies right now, and it ranks number 4. And I know who you know who I know I'm talking about. It ranked number
Yeah.
4 for his brand. And it's a very hard keyword. And I've been working on it for about it's been maybe 5 months. And it's number 4 for his brand. So it's really good for brand awareness. It's really good for just taking spots for those brand terms. And we can pop actually
Mm-hmm.
a knowledge panel with them.
Mm.
So
That
it's yeah, they're pretty cool. You
wow,
can
that's
pop a
pretty
knowledge
amazing.
panel with the downloads because it creates such a buzz. It's like you get like 4 to 5,000 downloads a day.
Yeah, that's a lot of activity.
Yeah, it's a
That's a
lot.
lot of activity in the search. Now, I'm kind of curious, are you because when you're here's well, let me take a step back. I get so many thoughts running through my head, but when you are doing the downloads and when and what I should say, when you're uploading the podcast, say into Buzzsprout, one of the beautiful things about that is that you can load all of those show notes and then you can salt the show notes with all kinds of links. And depending upon the platform, some of the platforms, I don't know, there's maybe a dozen or more that are do follow links in those platforms that are pretty impressive. Um, when you do the downloads, how does that interact with the links and the show notes? Have you played around with that at all, or
So what we're doing is we created a file for all of the do follow. I think don't quote me, but I think there's 8 that are do follows. So we're only focusing on
meaning
those
8
8
meaning 8 of the
of the
podcast
directories.
platforms? Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we're only doing those 8. So as an example, um Apple Podcast is not do follow. So we're not even targeting Apple Podcast. It's like
Mm,
Spotify, iHeart might be iHeart's one. I have a whole list of them. So we're only targeting those 8. And inside the show notes, we're doing like interlinking to the person's page. So we're not sending it. Well, actually, there's one link on
right,
the co-host and the host page, but
right,
then there's all interlinks on the show notes.
right,
We're
right.
not doing any transcriptions or anything like that. We're
Yeah,
just doing interlinking, and then actually you can send GSA to those platforms, and
sure.
because of that, then the juice will come through to that platform, those links, and then it actually has been showing to prove to come through. We've actually seen rank increases on those inner pages by sending
Mhm.
GSA. It doesn't take long, like 72 to 92 hours, 3-4 days, and then those local pages start boosting up.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that it is a fabulous way to, like, crank out, what I think is a very ingenious, way to build out, some backlinks on there, so,
Yeah, and it
it
kind of, I came up with the idea basically because um I think I came up with the idea because of you.
yeah,
Because you do
yeah.
podcasts and I'm like, this is so much work to do podcasts. Why can't we just do phone work? It's I mean, you know how hard it is. I mean,
I
trying to
know.
get me on to do a podcast and I'm like, yeah, oh darn it, forgot I had an appointment. And then the next week, oh, I can't do it. We have it's hard to get someone to come on and have
Yes.
a good conversation. So just create it
Yeah.
yourself.
No, I know, and it's funny you say that because I was trying to just before I wanted to go on, I was trying to, push out some invites for folks to come on and be a guest on on Hot Off the Press, and, yeah, so I'm like, "Oh god, this what a pain in the ass this is to go right
Yeah.
to go reach out to folks," but I do have some fun guests. Matt Versteeg is coming on here in a couple of weeks.
Well, that's
Uh,
cool.
yeah, I love Matt, is a great guy, and then, I got Merlino booked for Hot Off the Press here in July as well, so
Nice.
Hold
Nice.
on to your hats, brother,
Oh
because
my god.
Molino is in the house,
Yeah. He'll be like every other word, man. You'll be having to oh no.
Yeah, Merlino will be great. So here we got a question here. More than SEO says, hey, would you use the podcast syndication, which Mark Zweigert taught a while back for SEO benefit, or would that not be necessary anymore? I'm not familiar with what Mark was teaching. I don't know if you are.
Yeah, so he does the same type of syndication that you do, like using he uses BuzzFeed also, and then I'm guessing you would do the
Sprout.
same. Buzzsprout. God. Buzzsprout. BuzzFeed gets all this Buzzsprout. And and then yeah, press releases and stuff like that. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
that course, it's I'm sure it's like 4 years old. It's still relevant. Everything that I do now is
sure.
the same as that was. The only thing I've added in is the GSA trick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything else is the same now.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. I think it's great. And again, I think in this world of the SGE or generative search, I think as you're creating content like that, it's going to distinguish you, your brand, your pages, and begin to well, it'll just make them stand out rather than all of the other stuff, I guess, or what gets lost in the generative search stuff. So good
Yeah.
stuff. All right. If you got any other questions, just throw them in the chat. Just do a little promo there for you. So good to see. All right. Also, just give a Holly. I've got the screen up here that we're showing, but this is Holly's store, and you can go to store.hollystarks.com and you can see all the fun stuff that she's got up there. So go check her out up there. Definitely fun. But you got something else coming up.
I do. Yeah. In 2 weeks, we're doing an AI conference. So it's called Dark AI. It's June 23rd, 24th, 25th. It's in Schaumburg, Illinois. So don't expect a SEO conference. Expect a conference that will blow your mind within the first 10 minutes. The people who
I love it.
teach me
What a
things.
great pre-sell. Blow your
Yeah.
mind in the first 10 minutes. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. It will too. You'll probably be a little scared, not gonna lie.
I love
Um,
it. I love it.
the people that have taught me things throughout spamming and Black Hat are actually coming to speak. I've asked them to come and speak. I've never really talked about them before because because we can talk back and forth all the time and I don't have to worry about him, going behind my back or anything like that. And he knows I won't either. He's amazing. Like he's the one who would get like extra or early access to all the plugins to AI to everything like that. He's a tester, like a beyond tester. He's amazing. The whole conference was really to get him in person so I could actually meet him in person.
Are you going to say
So,
who it is or it's secret?
Tristan Goodwin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you want to connect with someone, his name is Tristan Goodwin. You also Devon Wayne is Devon Devon
Devin.
Devon Wayne is amazing with podcasts. He's the one who wrote the podcast script for my AI.
Yeah.
And he's putting out like 100 AI blog posts a day. It's unbelievable what he's built. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, don't expect SEO. Roman is actually coming to the conference too. I'm so bummed you're not coming, Randy.
Dude, I can't even believe I'm like gonna miss this thing because Chicago is like 6 hours away. It's a quick little jaunt for me to drive over there. But I have this
Yeah.
planned trip with my son that we've been planning for I don't know, months now, and it just happens to fall on that same weekend. So I'm like,
Yeah. I was gonna consider recording it and then just do the recordings, but like I
even
feel
for a
like
buddy, come on.
well, I might have just my computer up for Zoom just so I can go back because there is going to be 2 days of information. There's so much information, and I feel like it's a little bit of a brain, like, sometimes you feel like you have a brain dump because there's so much information. I can only
Yeah.
tolerate like 3 hours, and then I'm done. So, like,
Yeah.
if we record it, at least the attendees can get access to it. It kind of depends. I haven't spoke to the people, the speaking, because I want it to be a no record.
Right. Right. No, I get
But
it. I
I might
I
change my mind
absolutely get it.
on the day
Yeah.
and say,
Yeah.
I want to record it so that we can watch it later.
Right. Right. I
So,
have no idea. Well, I don't want to get off track of your conference, but I know, like Terry is just on here, right? And he's coming to
yeah.
Chicago, which is great. Terry does, he and his family, it's the Samuels production of SEO spring training, which is one of the best conferences I've ever gone to as well. Um, and he just, I don't know. I don't know if he was intending to do recording all along or if they did it and then just released the recording um, itself now for people to subscribe to it or not. But I don't know. But I know that, well, Chad was there at SEO Spring.
Yeah.
I think Chad was doing all of the recording for Terry.
Yeah.
But
And I
yeah,
think it was
so
a last minute decision too, because I know he
yeah,
was saying it was going to be no record, no recorded. And then that morning, I think maybe he changed his mind, which sometimes you have to end up doing just because there's, like, even I have had so much request to do it online. And I'm like, we don't have the capability right now and
right, right,
at the hotel to do that type of
yeah.
thing. But I mean, I can record it. I just don't know,
Yeah, here's Terry.
it's a freaking
This is
nightmare.
Terry's thoughts on the recording.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel for you because I haven't, I'm only 2 weeks out and I'm like, I'm stopping ticket sales like on Saturday, even if it's a week away. I'm like, it's stopping. I have to be very organized. I don't want a last minute ticket being sold because no, I'm straight head count, not messing around.
Well,
Either you're
and
coming or you're not. You know by now.
oh, you well, probably, unless you get some people kind of last minute. But you're, uh, am I right or wrong? We're kind of capping as well, weren't you? Like you've got
Yeah.
a
We're
kind of a
capped at
hard number.
40. Yeah. So we actually only can sell 3 more tickets.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but
Dude, you heard
look,
it
I'm
right
at
here. Anybody listening, you better go grab your ticket quick. There's only three
Yeah,
three
there's only
spots.
3. I can't open up the dinner I can't open that up to any more than 40. And then
Yeah.
the room I could, but we're not going to because like we want the same amount in each group. So
Yeah, like
just
Victoria.
yeah, exactly.
Are you?
I am actually, yeah. I did it in spring training, yeah. I did it in spring training. I had like my cell phone with me. And so I just put it on record for audio. And I went and talked to certain people that I was struggling to find a clean audio. And I
Yeah,
have the clean audio. So yeah.
yeah,
I
very
mean,
fun.
so the podcast is SEO Chronicles that I'm doing, and it's 100 episodes. So I need to have like, 200 people for the 100
Right,
episodes. That's a
right.
lot.
That is a lot. Um, so back to your conference. So it's the 23rd, 24th, 25th
Yep.
of June
Yep.
in Schaumburg, which is just outside of Chicago,
Yeah.
not far from O'Hare Airport. If you're flying into O'Hare,
Yeah.
it's
It's
probably
like 15 minutes from
yeah, I
O'Hare.
was gonna say it's an easy Uber from O'Hare. So,
Yeah.
which I hate flying into O'Hare, but it is I much prefer to go to Midway, but
Midway?
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, you
but
go to
O'Hare.
Midway, but it's like an hour and a half drive.
I know that's the problem exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd take you as long to drive from Midway up to Schaumburg as it would to fly.
Right.
But So, great conference around there, great hotel you're gonna be at. Did you so you mentioned a few people. Who is, if you want, I guess, who's gonna be speaking or presenting?
So Tristan is starting it off again. First 10 minutes, mind blown.
I don't
You're
know
just
if I
not
know
even
Tristan. I gotta look Tristan up.
Tristan Goodwin. Um, so it's Tristan, Chad Michael Lawson,
Yep. Oh, Chad is gonna be there?
Yeah, Chad's gonna
I
be there.
dig Chad. Chad is a good dude.
Lee Whitaker is going to
Oh,
be there
yeah.
doing
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
AI testing for SEO. Um, Clement is going to be there, who we met in
Seriously,
Denmark.
Clement?
Yeah, I'm flying him over. Yeah, he's
Oh,
coming.
are you?
Yeah,
Look at you. Clement was
yeah.
great. I love Clement.
Dude, it's like Yak's conference point 1.2, right?
Yeah.
Jasper's coming.
Oh, Jesper's coming?
Jasper's coming, and
Ah,
he's speaking too on the second day on Sunday.
Jesus, sweet Jesus. I cannot believe I'm not gonna be there. I'm
Dude,
so
you gotta try to move it
oh,
around, man. You gotta try.
man.
Because
Ah,
like the second day is gonna be Jasper,
God.
Clement, Roman Wellington's speaking on Yaks again. Um, and then Tristan and Chad are gonna be called back up for more like I mean, like the first day is the 10 minutes. It's like what the second day you're gonna be like, no, right? Yeah, it's
No
amazing.
effing way. Yeah.
Yeah, so the first day, let me see if I can remember. So I wrote the schedule. So it's Tristan, Chad. Who's the other one? Let me look at my thing quick. Lee.
All right. Well, you're looking. So Terry throws out that whoever buys a ticket from this stream here, this show, is going to get a surprise gift from Terry. Maybe you get a nice shot of bourbon. I know my man loves bourbon. So,
Okay.
dude. Oh, by the way, hey Terry, I got a just because I know you love bourbon. I several months ago, I bought a bottle of one called Old Elk, I think it was. Is that right? I gotta look it up. It's something an elk. I think it's Old Elk. Old Elk bourbon, is that right? Yeah, Old Elk bourbon. Oh my gosh, was it so good. I don't know if you've ever
Doesn't
had it
sound good.
before or not, but yeah, nice. Go try that one.
Okay, I got
All
the
right.
schedule.
All right, schedule is back.
Okay. Tristan Goodwin, Chad Michael Lawson, Michael Merlino is gonna talk about AI and then
Oh,
using for his business.
Merlino is in.
Yeah, then
In
we
the
have lunch.
house. What,
Yeah, we
who?
have a lunch, and then it's work. So both days are working lunch. There's no like
All
leaving.
right.
Your ass is staying there.
Oh my God, how the hell can you do that? You're gonna be like dropping bombs left and right, and then like
Yeah,
saying, no, there's no pause. We are
there's
not
no
letting
pause. Like we're going. We're not stopping. And
good
then it's
night.
Lee, Brian Cato, and
Yep,
then
yep.
David Hood. So David
Oh,
has an
David
AI
Hood?
script. Yeah, David
Ah,
Hood from SEO on the
yeah, yeah.
Beach.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna give us a AI script that he uses um for like local stuff. I think it might be a scraping script, but I'm not
Oh,
exactly sure.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that day ends at like 5, but like we're gonna I supposed to end at 5, right? It's probably gonna go till 10 or 11. And then the next day is Jasper, Roman, Clement, and then Chad and Tristan. So Andy's coming too from the UK. From
That
Jasper's.
big crazy Andy? The big
Yeah,
dude that we were
he's
talking
coming too.
about.
Yeah.
Man,
And
that
so
guy
is
is a
Robert Donnell and Irene.
Andy is like a party on wheels, man. So if you're
Yeah.
Terry, if you're going Terry, I know is attending. I don't know if he's
Yeah,
bringing
Terry's
Elizabeth.
coming.
Hopefully he's bringing Elizabeth with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terry, look out, man. This Andy guy, whatever the hell his last name is, he is a party waiting to happen. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
a good dude.
Yeah. It's like the people that are coming. First off, it's like the second day is like Yaks
Yeah.
1.2 because we're gonna be talking about Yaks and how to use it with AI stuff. But like, I mean, it's a good group, so I'm okay just chucking in and
God,
saying 3 seats. That's it
son of
because
a
like
this-
I'm done with giving information out. You know what I mean? It's
ah,
good group. Lots of smart
jeez.
people.
I can't freaking believe I'm gonna miss this. I am so
I might have to just be like, oh, we're gonna do a recording for Randy because he's over there crying.
dude, I know. I mean, like, yes, no, I'll be on the other
Yeah,
coast is the problem, but wow. So that's going to be just a
yeah.
great. Wow.
Like
So
it's
you're in.
stacked. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, packed. Are you doing anything fun for dinners or anything? I always love Chicago's like got such great food places to go to.
Yeah.
So
So Friday it looks like a few hours before dinner we're gonna try to do Top Golf because there's a Top Golf in Schaumburg or pretty close to it. So we're gonna try to do that if anyone is interested, and then we're gonna
definitely.
do at maybe it's at 6:30. I'm not sure. We're doing Weber Grill, and they have the big green eggs there, the big
Yeah,
ceramic ones, and we're
yeah.
big egg cookers. So we're doing Weber Grill on Friday night. On Saturday, because we're like in the Midwest and we're in Chicago, we are catering in Chicago style pizza because like
Oh,
that's what we're
yeah,
getting for lunch because it's
yeah.
Chicago.
Who are
And
you
then
pulling in for Chicago pizza though?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided because like I'm not I got to get some recommendations still.
Yeah,
Do you have
yeah.
any
Oh,
recommendations?
well, I'm a huge fan of Giordano's. That's my favorite. But we lived in Chicago for a number of years before we moved out here to Cleveland. So, but I love Giordano's. That's my favorite. I can't remember, Kathy. There's one that we were just talking about to somebody about. Now I can't remember who it was that they do their pizza like it's almost like an upside down pizza the way they make it.
Oh, okay.
Uh, but which is really good. I can't. Uh, I'd tap Kathy to figure out what the name of
Yeah.
it is, but Giordano's is one of my faves anyway for
Yeah. And then
Chicago pizza.
Sunday we're doing likely Jason's Deli, which is what Terry and Elizabeth did on Sunday or on
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah,
Because
nice,
we have a couple vegans and gluten free, so we have to try to.
nice, good,
And I want everyone to stay because, like, as you know, you
right.
have 40
Are you
people.
doing a mastermind on Sunday? Like,
Yeah,
you're the whole thing is kind of mastermind
the
anyway.
whole thing
So
really is a mastermind.
40, a limit of 40. This is why, and I kind of loved Yaks about this. This is why I thought Yaks was like so great because I don't know, what was there like 20, 25 maybe at
There's like,
Yaks?
yeah, 22, something like
30 somewhere in that is a smaller group like that, but we were all in like it was like the whole weekend was a mastermind and
Yeah,
just stuff popping up left and right out of, so it wasn't like a massive group, 100 plus 150 or something like that where you can't really interact as much throughout the course of the day with everybody. Yeah, so it's like your whole weekend is a mastermind. It's
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and like the people that are flying from London and from so Clement is coming in like 2 or 3 days before. Jasper and his wife are coming in like
yeah.
they're staying for a week an
Oh,
extra
Lottie's
time.
coming in with him too?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Okay, good.
I talked her into going because at first she wasn't gonna go. I'd be like, dude, have you ever been to Chicago? She's like, no. I'm like, you have to go to Chicago. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I think Riz is coming too.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Riz has a ticket. He's coming.
Well, that little
Um,
squirrely dude was supposed to meet us in Denmark, and then
yeah,
he
he got
flaked,
sick, he
so
said. Yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
he'll show up, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good, like smart crowd where
Oh, man.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
gonna be
Oh, that'll
gutted.
be good.
You're gonna be
I'm
gutted
gonna
if you don't
I know.
go.
I'm gonna,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So fun. Oh, so I'm gonna veer way off track here just a second. So, Clement is a big cycling fan. He had Tadej
yeah,
Pogačar is from his town where he, there in Slovenia. And just as an FYI, if, because Holly, I know you like, which I didn't know until we were in Denmark, that you actually like to watch
the
cycling
tour is
as well.
amazing. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So I just started watching this weekend. They're on Netflix. They have a documentary called Unchained, Tour de France Unchained. It's like an 8 episode. Have you seen that yet?
not yet. No.
Oh, it's really good. It's like all of the drama, the back end drama of the tour from last year's tour.
Yeah,
So yeah, oh, really
I
good show.
think you told me. I think it was you that text me or someone texted
No,
me and
I
said I
didn't I
needed
didn't
to
even
watch
know
it.
about it until I was like I was sitting, Kathy and I were sitting down. Hey, do you want to watch a movie tonight? I think it was Saturday night. We flipped on Netflix. I'm like, whoa, what is that Tour de France
Yeah.
thing?
Somebody
Yeah,
texted it to me, and I'm in the middle of watching Manifest, so I'm like, I
okay.
get 2 seasons, and then I'll
Yeah.
flip
Well,
over.
so go flip that thing the Tour de France Unchained Netflix, and it's great. It's 8 episodes, so it's going to get you all pumped up. The tour is July 1st is when it kicks off, so it's going to be fun. Oh, I love the tour. Tour de France is great, man. But anyway, Clement is that's what sparked my trigger with the tour with Clement. Well, I can't even believe I'm going to miss this thing. It's going to be a blast.
I
So
can't believe you're gonna miss it either.
say
But
hi to everybody.
I didn't want to wait much longer because it's AI is changing so much, and there's every day there's like so many new scripts or tools or Chrome
Yeah,
extensions that are
yeah,
put out, and I'm like, people need to start thinking outside of the box. It's not just for blog writing.
yes,
There's so much more. I don't use it for blog writing. There's so much
yeah,
more that you can use it for. So, writing your YouTube scripts, writing, I mean, you can use it for so many different things. So,
right,
I,
right,
I wanted to get a good variety of people that are not going to have a lot of overlap. I mean, there'll be maybe a little bit, but not very much.
right. Yeah, well, there are so many different things. I mean, for a client, we're building out a big chat, a language learned chatbot specifically about their very specific product. They sell products on their site, manufacturing products and goods, and yeah, it's just AI stuff is like amazing right now. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
I'll probably have to do like a follow up sometime, maybe like in October or November, so that because the stuff we talk about now is
Yeah,
awesome. But the stuff we talk about then and be like, yeah,
I
this
know.
still works, but you can use it in this way now.
Right, right. Maybe we'll get you back on the show here in a month or 2 months after the conference and
Yeah,
see
that'd
see
be
if
cool.
there's anything you'd wanna share. Maybe I'll get a few of the guests on and like, "Hey," I might reach out to Chad. I don't know if does Chad ever do, like, live stuff or
Yeah,
podcast
he
stuff?
will. Yeah, he will.
Hey, that would be good, get Chad on the show. That dude is smart. That guy is wicked smart.
He's
Um,
wicked smart. Yeah.
Wicked smart.
Yeah.
Let's see if there was something else I wanted to, or if there wasn't, I can't remember. Oh, I was gonna ask you real quick. Are you gonna go to Craig Campbell, Chris Palmer's what the hell is it?
Unfiltered or
Unfiltered. Yeah, they got a conference coming up. Let me go look at it. I think it's SEO Unfiltered or something like
yeah.
that.
So do you know the guy PBM Butler?
Ooh, what?
PBM Butler? Jonathan
No,
Kabesh? I don't know if I say his last name
uh,
right.
no, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
think I know.
So I had a conference or a boot camp 5 years ago. And he actually was at it, and he is coming to this one, and he's from the UK, and he's having a business mastermind the same dates that Chad and Craig have theirs,
Ah.
and I already committed to going to his.
So you're going to his. So you're not going to Vegas in
Yeah, I was thinking like of trying to go to Jonathan's, then fly to Vegas, but then we ended up making a week vacation in Tennessee, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I was trying to find the link to this thing that's coming up that Craig and Chris's, and I was like, okay, let me go find this thing
I
somewhere.
think it's probably on Craig's page.
Yeah, I'm just over on Chris's Facebook page. There was supposedly here we go. Let me see if I can grab this. Facebook events. Let's see. I'll throw the link here. People can go check it out if they want. Yeah, so that's going to be in August. Theirs is. Well, that's too bad. Man, we're not going to hook up during the summer at all. Wow.
Yeah,
I
I might
will
have to try and
probably
see that.
I will see you in the only other one that I've got scheduled on the calendar anyway is Rock Stars. I'm gonna do SEO, not yeah, SEO Rock Stars. Which I don't know, I haven't seen the thing up yet, but I've heard the rumors that it's gonna be in Boston.
In
So
Boston. Yeah. I'm planning on going to that one. So
yeah, good,
yeah,
good.
and next month I go to let me see. So I go to Phoenix in 2 days, and that is the Mastermind in Hell. And that's
Oh
with
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
who's
yeah.
I think Lee
Well,
and
I think
Terry and
Brian Cape.
James.
I
Yeah.
know Brian Cato's gonna be there, and
Yeah.
I think the Witchers.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm doing that in 2 days. Then the following weekend is my conference. Then July 18th, I go back to London. Well, to Birmingham actually, which is in the UK for Charles.
Yeah, for
Very
floats.
large conference.
Yeah.
It's like
Is
800
it
people.
SEO Birmingham or Birmingham SEO or something or Birmingham?
I think it's like Search Birmingham or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Mm,
Yeah, so
nice.
like I have to fly from Chicago to Ireland, Ireland to Birmingham. I can't go for directly to London at all. I have to go on the way home. I go from Birmingham to Germany, Germany to Chicago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything on after July. Well, I do. I have the August one. So I guess yeah, after August.
Yeah. Yeah, you got some fun stuff. That'll be fun. There's so many
Yeah.
good things coming out. I can't believe I'm gonna miss yours. Your conference sounds like the most unique and specific. I'm gonna love it. I wish I could be there. Ah,
See you later, Terry.
all right. Terry's bugging out. He'll see you in Chicago.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Well, listen, any parting words here before we chip out of here?
3 tickets, man. 3 tickets. And I have to
Three
shut it
tickets.
down. Yeah. I mean, if you don't go, what that's fine. I would encourage your viewers though to check out AI and
Yeah,
just get your feet wet, just get your
yeah,
feet wet
yeah,
with Mid Journey
yeah,
and Chat GBT.
yeah.
I've only been doing it for maybe 3 months. At the most 3 months. I waited for kind of a buzz to cool down a little bit, although it
Right,
never really cooled
right.
down. But um yeah, just encourage your just to give some just get your feet wet because it's the way going forward.
So I'm curious. So you mentioned obviously ChatGPT. Everybody has heard of that. Mid Journey, which is creating images.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, any other particular tool that you like in the AI genre
11 Labs
for the voice?
for the voice. So we are creating AI coloring books for
Mm,
Amazon, so the
love
KDPs.
that. Yeah.
Um, there's so many different tools for that. You can use Midjourney, um, and then you have to use like something like Canva to take out the lines.
Mm.
Um, the big one I use is it Vance? Let me see. Oh, my dog's gonna bark. So of course. Vectorize.ai is good. Image to
Uh,
cartoon is good. Yeah. There's so many out there. It's just so crazy.
I know it's a crazy, crazy world.
Yeah.
Um, wow, very fun. All right. Well, listen, I'm sure I'll talk with you before your conference. So,
Yeah.
again, sorry I'm not going to be there, but thanks for jumping on the show. Appreciate it. Always
Yeah,
good to see you,
thanks for
buddy.
having me on. And I'm sorry I missed 2 weeks ago, but I
Oh,
had
that's
the
all right.
dog's
So,
appointment and I already had to push it back and I'm like, damn it, I can't do it again.
no, believe me, if I think it was the dog, right? You had a vet
Yeah.
appointment or something
It
like
was
that.
that
Yeah,
appointment. Yeah.
yeah, I know how that is. It's like you schedule those things out. It could take months before you can get a dog in there
Yeah.
these days
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Even to get uh, a dog grooming, even is like you got to schedule out months in advance, even right now. But God, hey Brian, good to see you, buddy. Yes,
Hey,
sorry,
Brian.
we're signing off, dude. Brian, you're going to be in Chicago. I'm sorry, I'm going to miss you, buddy. Be out there. All right, Holly. Well, listen, have a great conference. We'll hook up probably in November at SEO Rockstar is the way it sounds.
Oh, I'll be coming to see Randy before that. Yeah. You're
Okay,
like
good.
like 6-hour drive. Or like, Punk, let's go see Randy. She'd be like, all right.
That's good. That's good. I love that. All right. Listen, thank you. We will talk with you. And everybody, hey, thanks. If you get a chance, give a like, love to the show on YouTube and Facebook. Help spread the word around a bit. We'll be on next Tuesday. I'm trying to confirm, but I'm trying to get Elder. Hopefully I pronounce his name right. Eldar Cohen. Did you meet him he presented at spring training at Terry's group. He's got a
and he
great
presents
product.
for Web 22. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy.
He is a smart guy. He's got a great product out too called Local Dominator, which is a great map mapping for local mapping ranking. So go check him out for that as well. But hopefully I'll have him on next week. So, all right. Very good, Holly. Thank you, darling. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you later.